You aren't a good person. You're just a coward who hasn't been tempted yet. What you call your values is really just a desperate need to be liked by people you don't even respect. You don't stand for the truth. You stand with the crowd because the thought of being the only one in the room who is right makes your blood run cold.
The real problem is the comfort of the crowd. It is easier to be wrong with everyone else than to be right alone. This tension is the heartbeat of Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. Beyond the classroom summary, this story is a psychological blueprint for integrity. By the end of this video, you will understand how perspective is constructed and why true courage has nothing to do with winning.
The core idea is the loss of narrative innocence. We start our lives seeing the world through a narrow lens, usually one that makes us feel safe. In the book, the children, Scout and Jem, view their small town of Mockingbird as a predictable, almost magical place. They create monsters out of the unknown, like their reclusive neighbor, Boo Radley. This is exactly how we operate as adults. We create monsters out of people we don't understand to simplify our world. We assume our town, our circle, or our belief system is the center of morality. Atticus Finch, the father, introduces a different mechanics of thought, empathy as a tool of observation. He famously says, you never really understand a person until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. This isn't just a nice sentiment, it is a cognitive shift. It requires moving from a judgment-first mindset to an observation-first mindset. It's the realization that the world is not divided into good people and bad people, but into people with different levels of inherited fear.
To apply this level of integrity to your own life, we can look at 3 clear principles from the narrative. Principle 1. The law of the mockingbird. In the story, it's a sin to kill a mockingbird because they do nothing but make music for people to enjoy. In your life, this translates to the protection of the vulnerable. Integrity is measured by how you treat those who can do absolutely nothing for you, or those who are being scapegoated by the majority. If a system or a conversation is attacking someone who isn't causing harm, silence is an active choice to participate. Principle 2. The internal compass. Atticus explains that before he can live with other folks, he has to live with himself. He notes that the one thing that doesn't abide by majority rule is a person's conscience. This rule is simple. If your internal peace depends on the approval of the group, you don't have a character, you have a social contract. You must define your non-negotiables before the crowd demands you abandon them. Principle 3. Courage as persistence, not victory. The framework defines courage as knowing you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway, and you see it through no matter what. Most people only start things they know they can win. Real growth happens when you commit to a lost cause simply because it is the right cause. Most people fail to maintain this level of integrity because of social gravity. In Mockingbird, the townspeople are not all villains. Many are good neighbors who attend church and help each other. However, when the trial of Tom Robinson begins, they succumb to a collective blindness. We fail because we prioritize belonging over truth. It is psychologically painful to be the only one in the room not laughing at a cruel joke, or the only one questioning a popular opinion. We tell ourselves that staying quiet just this once doesn't change who we are. But behavior is a feedback loop. Every time you ignore your conscience to fit in, you weaken the connection to that conscience. Eventually, you don't even hear it anymore. You don't become a bad person overnight. You simply atrophy your ability to see clearly because it's more convenient to be blind.
Your identity is built on the evidence of your past actions. Scout and Jem watch their father lose a trial, but they gain an identity rooted in justice. They see that being right doesn't always result in a reward. Every time you stand by a principle when there is no benefit to doing so, you are casting a vote for your identity as an individual. You are providing yourself with evidence that you are not for sale. This shift happens in the small, uncomfortable moments. It's the vote you cast when you admit you were wrong in an argument, or when you defend an unpopular truth. You aren't doing it to change the world. You are doing it so that the world doesn't change you. The goal isn't to win the trial. The goal is to remain the kind of person who would defend the innocent in the first place.
We often think of To Kill a Mockingbird as a story of the past, a relic of a different time. But the psychological tension remains identical. We still live in towns, physical or digital, where the monsters are whoever we haven't bothered to understand. We wait for a grand moment to prove our courage, a dramatic trial where we can take a stand. But integrity is almost always quiet. It is the invisible architecture of how you treat the people who can do nothing for you. If you find yourself perfectly comfortable with every opinion held by your social circle, it might be time to ask, are you actually seeing the world, or are you just looking through the lens you were given?